For the first time in 679 days, we have regular season baseball as the Shade Panthers square off against the Turkeyfoot Rams. Hello, everyone. My name is Luke Bowers, and on this gorgeous warm day, we present you Westpac Baseball. Both of these teams try to start off their season with a win. Last season, the Rams finished with a 6-11 overall record and defeated the Panthers both times they played each other. As for the Shade, they have gone on an 0-81 losing drought, with their last win coming all the way back on May the 1st, 2014, where they defeated Rockwood 5-4. This year, the Panthers will be under new leadership with football coach Don Fye taking over as the head baseball coach. This season, the Panthers have rostered a total of 12 players, with 8 of those being seniors. The Rams are in a similar situation with having 5 seniors and a total of 11 players on their roster. Turkeyfoot is also under new leadership with head basketball coach Eric Swank taking on the role as manager of the baseball team. The Rams will be playing a majority of their initial games here at home, with the team playing their next 5 games here at Confluence. Today, senior Blake Nicholson will get the nod to deal from the mound, while the Panthers will go with hurler Cody Adomnik. So we will have to see how these two teams fare here on opening day as the Panthers battle the Rams. We welcome you back to Confluence as both coaches and the respective player from each team meet with the umpires before we start the game here. Let's take a look at the visiting Shea Panthers starting lineup. Batting first will be the pitcher, number 9, Cody Adamick, the senior. Batting second, Chris McCorkle, the second baseman. He wears number 11. Number 4, Lucas Haynes, center fielder. He's also a senior. Austin Craycraft, who wears number 22. He'll be at third base. Number 3, Cooper Stiggers, the catcher, who's a freshman. Blake Merrick, number 5, is at first base. He's a sophomore. Josh Rott, the senior, who will be playing at number 6, the shortstop position. He wears number 25. Michael Bush wearing number 21, and right field, he's the junior. And lastly, Davey Lepacek, the left fielder freshman, who will be wearing number 7. As for the Rams, let's take a look at how they'll be playing today. On the mound for the Rams will be Blake Nicholson. Catching will be Grant Grove. Down the first baseline, we have Hunter Holiday, the senior, guarding the base. Then at second base, number 1, the sophomore Bryce Schmidt, before moving over to shortstop where Will Toy will be playing. He's a senior. And then lastly, we'll head to the third base bag where Jesse Culp will be playing. And in the outfield, left fielder Brandon Tressler, who wears number 28. He's a senior. And center field will be Cameron Kemp, the junior, who wears number 6. And lastly, in right field, wearing number 3 is the senior, Stephen Hoover. We appreciate all of you tuning in today for the opening day baseball game between these two teams. As I mentioned earlier, a pair of new head coaches on each of these respective teams, with Eric Swank entering his first season and Don Fye also entering his first season. Coach Fye had been a longtime coach with the Shea Panther football program, while Eric Swank has been leading the boys basketball team here over the past few years for the Rams. Let's take a look here also at the umpires today. Umpiring the bases will be John Nagage, and umpiring the plate will be Ross Chanu. And those umpires all assigned by the Westpac Conference. As both teams begin to talk it over, let's take a look here at Turkeyfoot's upcoming schedule. They played that scrimmage against Northern Garrett last Tuesday. Fortunately, last Tuesday it was a little bit of a cold and windy day, a complete opposite for today, and this warm weather is definitely nice right now, sitting at 72 degrees with nothing but sun and clear skies. But after today, the Rams will be taking on Salisbury here on April 6th before hosting Hyman on the 7th. They play Berlin on the 8th, so a 6th, 7th, and 8th, 3 games in a row there for the Rams. They play the Rockets here at Confluence on the 12th and travel to Shanksville on the 13th before coming back here on the 15th to face off against Myersdale. Panthers, meanwhile, still trying to open up their season with a win, something they haven't been able to do over the past 5 seasons, as they've gone 0-81. And trying to get things going here to start. The Rams have defeated them in each contest over the past 5 years, as the Turkeyfoot Rams will make their way out on the field. They're wearing their blue uniforms today with gray pants and a little bit of that gold lettering. Shades uniforms are also very similar, as they are donning the blue uniforms with a little bit of a different color of gold, and they have Panthers written on the front of their jerseys. Blake Nicholson pitching, obviously his first game of the season, gets the opening day nod for the Rams here in Confluence. As we'll see how these teams will fare, but we'll step aside for a quick break before opening pitch here in Confluence. This is Turkeyfoot Rams baseball between the Shea Panthers. as the Rams finish warming up here on the field. Grant Grove, who will be behind the dish, will toss that one down to the two-bagger. As we begin the game, we'll get to see Cody Adamick step into the box for the Rams as Hunter Holiday will hand the pitch off to Nicholson there at the mound. Umpire gives the okay. Down the line to John Nage. Panthers on the base coach on the sides will have Chase Kaiser and Austin Fogel. Both of those are assistant coaches. An early swing and miss by Adamick. He takes a big hack on that initial pitch. Nicholson gets an early strike there. He'll come set from the mound once more. Once again, the pitch from Nicholson. That swung on and fouled back. Over the concession stand there and over to the neighbor's yard. Right here, besides a few houses, maybe we'll have a little bit of some balls hit off those homes as I know from practice. Yesterday we had a few of those go off the roof there in the neighbor's yard, and let's hope we don't see that today. And now Dominic holds back a close one there. Umpire decides not to check down the line. Dominic just barely held on there. Excellent chase. We'll now go 1-2. Next pitch by Nicholson. Swung on, called strike by the umpire, and Nicholson gets the backwards K here early for the Rams. Nicholson looking good so far for Turkeyfoot here, getting that early strikeout called on Dominic. That will now bring up Chris McCorkle, the junior, who will be playing at second base today. Now the throw from Nicholson, on and missed by McCorkle. Get on base to start things early. Right hand batter McCorkle waits for the gun. That one is driven into right field, and it'll skip right in front of Hoover, and it gets by, and now McCorkle will take off for second, and McCorkle will have a stand-up double. That one skipped right by the right fielder, Stephen Hoover. The Panthers here in this top of the first inning, as Hoover tried to play that one, but came in, tried to hold back from it, but instead it skipped right by, and that will put McCorkle on the second base, and we'll get to now see Lucas Haynes, who wears number 4, plays basketball for the Panthers, as Nicholson throws that one right down the pipe for a called strike early on Haynes. Haynes maybe trying to hold off on that initial pitch, as Nicholson comes from the stretch. Right, number 4, as he'll toss that one, swung on and is hit right in front of Grove. Grove muffles it, but it appears that the ball hit behind the plate before it fell right in front of home plate there. So that will put Haynes back in the box here with 2 strikes on him. Nicholson trying to get the strike here. That one fouled back right over our heads here down the first base line. Goes right behind the Shea Panthers bus. Dangerous area to park here. You gotta be careful. Your car could easily get hit if you park just a little bit too close. Aaron Confluence, as Haynes stays alive in the box. Nicholson ahead in the count. He's got 2 strikes. The changeup is just inside for a ball. Nicholson switched up his pitches there after throwing 3 consecutive fastballs. Try to go back there to the changeup. Doesn't get Haynes though, and that will put the count at 1-2. Corkle with a low lead there at second. Once again, Haynes stays alive in the box. He fouls that one back over the backstop. Haynes here, the number 3 batter for the Panthers. After strikeout from Nicholson on Dominic, Corkle was able to get that double, and he remains at second. Haynes trying to drive him in here as Nicholson sets, and the gun from Nicholson. That one swung on, and another foul ball. Haynes doing a great job of spoiling the pitch in the box. A beautiful throw by Nicholson, but able to stay alive, and there is Haynes as he once again fouls that back on the first base side. Nicholson also plays basketball for the Rams, so a little bit of some basketball and baseball players going here head to head as Nicholson tosses that one just outside for a ball. That pushes the count to 2-2. As Nicholson there was trying to get to maybe pitch there on the back door of the plate, couldn't do so, and the count will now remain at 2-2. The pitch now from Nicholson trying to get him. He throws up the changeup just inside, and a great job by Haynes to lay off that pitch, as now the count will work full. 3-2. McCorkle remains at second. Haynes has been working Nicholson here early, getting that pitch count up. Nicholson trying to end Haynes here, and that one will get by. And that means that Haynes will walk, but meanwhile, McCorkle takes off for third, and he is safe as McCorkle gets by Culp there on the hot corner. McCorkle dove right around the glove of Culp, and now the Panthers have runners on the corners here for senior Austin Craycraft, who wears number 22. He'll set into the box now with Panthers runners on the corners. The toss right down the pipe for strike one on Craycraft, as he elects to take that first pitch. Nicholson quickly comes set after receiving the ball back from Grove. He'll toss another one. That one just high on the zone, and that'll put the count to 1-1. 0-0 ball game here. Confluence. Top of the first inning. Panthers knocking on the door, though, as the runner there still second. That was Haynes. Grove decides not to test the luck of the third baseman, McCorkle, and he'll pull up and throw that one back to Nicholson. Nicholson quickly comes back, and that one's bolted to Schmidt. Schmidt there for the catch. A great job by Bryce Schmidt to be there in time. A line drive right into the mid, and that will be the second out of this upper half of the inning. Runners don't advance, so we'll see if the Rams can get out of the jam here. And they'll bring up catcher Cooper Stiggers. Where's number 3? Nicholson trying to work out this inning. That one's right down the pipe, but it's sent to center field over to Kemp, and Cameron Kemp with the catch, and that will end the inning. A great job by Kemp to get there in time, and that will be the third out of the inning. After the top half of play here in Confluence, Rams get out of the jam. They'll come to bat here, 0-0 ball game. Let's take a look here at the starting lineup for the Rams before they come to bat. Starting will be at the plate first for the Rams will be Will Toy, wears number 2. He's at shortstop. Cameron Kemp batting second, and center field, he wears number 6. Grant Grove will bat third behind the dish for the Rams. Nicholson batting fourth in the cleanup position. He's pitching. Hunter Holiday, number 8, is at first base batting fifth. Trussler batting 6th in left field. Stephen Hoover in right field, batting 7th. We wears number 3. Jesse Culp, who's playing third base today, will bat 8th, wearing number 23. And number 1, Bryce Schmidt, will round out the side for the Rams, playing second base here in the order. Eric Swank, head coach, will take the duty of being the first base coach here, while assistant coach Frankie Ryan will be over at third base, coaching that side of things. As the Panthers finish, a Dominic with that little bit of a side throw. As the throw down the second by Stiggers bounced in front of the second baseman. But the Panthers were quickly there to get the ball, and they'll toss it back into a Dominic. And Toy will step into the box and lead off here for the Rams. Dominic, who wears number 9, he's a senior. As he'll start off with an outside pitch to get a ball on Toy to start things off here on the shade side of things on the field. Will Toy, the senior, led the team in points scored this basketball season. He will once again step into the box here with a ball on him. Next pitch is tossed right down the pipe for strike 1. That puts the count to 1-1 here on Toy. As once again the Dominic quickly sets and the throw. That one is taken once again right down the middle for strike 2. So now Dominic is ahead in the count. Toy trying to battle back here. He has to stay alive with 2 strikes. Dominic trying to get him from the mound. The toss, and that one is taken just low at the kneecap for a ball. The count goes to 2-2. Toy steps out and gets a few singles. There from the right side of me as that one is hacked one and a pop up over to the out of play side of things, but that one will fall behind the gate. We're on the other side of the fence. So, Toy stays alive in the box here with 2 strikes on him. Trying to get on base here, we'll see what he can do. Toss, that one is taken and cracked up the gap to left field right over the shortstop's head. And will around first base with a lead at first base, and he will still second. Stands up at second base. A great job by Toy. And he now is in scoring position for Kemp. And second here, Kemp playing center field. He made that catch there on the top half of the first inning. Now the pitch to Kemp. That one's taken just outside of the box for a ball. The score remains at a goose egg here, 0-0. Now the pitch from the senior. That one's up in the box. Toy keeping a pretty decent lead there at second base. Not afraid to steal either. We've yet to see what Stigger's arm it will look like there from behind the plate, as that one is taking ball 4 for Kemp, and that will put runners on first and second here with no outs. Grant Grove will now work his way into the box here with runners on first and second. We'll see if he can maybe get on base here, or maybe even drive Will Toy in, as Toy remains there at the bag at second base. An early strike is called on Grant Grove. That one was right down the middle, maybe a little bit to the left side of the corner. Fastball by a Dominic. As Cody Dominic will toss that one up, one right up the line. A Dominic there for the throw. Grant Grove's helmet comes off a little bit there, but he's not able to get to the bag in time, and that will be the first out of the inning. Grove grounds out there to the left side, but that does move the Runners up here on second and third, for number 4, Blake Nicholson, the powerhouse hitter for the Rams. As Nicholson pitching today also for the Rams, as Nicholson has lots of power in that arm. Kind of bad as he takes a piece of that one. It fouls back for the heads of us here down the right field line. And now move the count to 0-1. Dominic once again comes set. Puts a little bit of cheese on that one, but Nicholson doesn't hold back. He slams that one, then the deep center field just shy of the fence. Nicholson's on his horse, and a stand-up double, and a 2 RBI hit by Blake Nicholson gets the Rams on the board here, 2-0. A great drive by Nicholson, and 2 RBIs he picks up. And Nicholson now it takes the spot of Kemp at second. Both Toy and Kemp scored, and Hunter Holliday's trying to do some more damage here on the base pads as he'll take an early foul ball over the back of the backstop there. Nicholson pounded that one to center field. Hunter Holliday trying to make contact. He a strike on him. Pitches on the next one. Back once again by Holliday. 2 foul balls right back to the behind home plate. Now Holliday has to be careful as he falls behind the count with 2 strikes. Dominic trying to get him here, get his first strikeout of the game. He'll set in the throw. That one is cracked on over there to the left field, right under the legs of the fans. At 0-2. Once again, Dominic trying to work out of this here and get the out on Holliday, but Holliday pokes that one down the line a little bit to the left side there, and that will move the ball all the way down that line and keep the count 0-2. Holliday doing a great job of staying alive here in the box and moving up that count on the pitcher. That's a huge thing, as the more pitches are thrown, the more likely the pitchers are to come out of the game for both teams. So it's always nice to try and work that one, but Holliday gets caught on the changeup that was up high. So a swinging strike 3 upstairs by Holliday will now bring up Tressler for the Rams. And then Tressler steps in the box as he'll come set in the toss. Going to third is Nicholson. Nicholson's down. The ball goes in the left field. Nicholson's going to try to test the left field's arm, and standing up at home is Nicholson. 2 bases there, and he'll score. It's a 3-0 game. A great job by Nicholson to work around the bases there, and he gets all the way from second home, and now the bases are clear for the right-handed batter. Tressler has to throw there by the catcher. Stiggers got by the third baseman, and Nicholson slid in the third. He's going to get onto his feet and get the home in time before any contact could be made. Meanwhile, Tressler's standing in the box. He takes his second strike on him there. What's the count? 1 ball and 2 strikes on Tressler. 2 outs for the Rams. Panthers trying to end it here, but a great job by Tressler to stay alive. So he tips that ball over the Rams dugout and remains with a 1-2 count. He'll get a chance Second chance here. That last pitch was just below the letters of the Rams on the jerseys. Another pitch by Dominic. As that one gets behind the catcher Stiggers. And he'll move the count, knotted up at 2-2 with 2 outs. Rams sitting on top here, 3-0. In this bottom half of the first inning. Next pitch by Shade is taken inside. A great job to lay off the pitch there by Trussler. That one caught, almost got the jersey of Trussler, but Dominic tries to work back. A great job by Trussler to hold off on that pitch. And he'll work ball forward to get on the base. It was up in the zone, and Trussler thought about it there for a minute, but elected not to. And the right decision there to put him on the first base bag with 2 outs. Meanwhile, the senior Stephen Hoover will make his way into the batting box here with 2 outs. As over on the first base side, Trussler gets a slight lead, but Stiggers treks on him, so Trussler will trot his way back to first base. As Dominic delivers the pitch. That one is cracked on by Hoover, and he'll find the gap in right field, and that will move the runners up to third, and not Trussler's going home, and the toss now to home. Stephen Hoover's running to second, and he's going to have to get, and he'll stand up, and Hoover gets the second as Trussler scores all the way from first base. And a double by Hoover as he drives that one into the gap between right and center field. Rams are riding high right now in the bottom of the first inning, leading 4-0 here on the Panthers. Meanwhile, Culp steps into the box. You have to begin to wonder where a Dominic is with his pitches, as you have to be careful with 85 pitches. You have to have a 3-day rest, and I was just told that he is at 43 pitches. And that one is cracked to the second baseman. In the meantime, Stephen Hoover will run to home. It got by the second baseman McCorkle, and Jesse Culp will get the RBI, and the Rams once again tack on another run here on the scoreboard in this Westpac game. Rams are looking pretty good here from the box, as been really using a lot of that bat power to score the runs, as we get to see Bryce Schmidt now, the only left-hander in this Rams order, as he is batting last year, so the Rams almost already going through their lineup, as a bit of a move there by Colby to second. Meanwhile, cold strike is called on Schmidt. He'll reset them from the left side. Pitch on the Dominic is swung on and missed up high. Schmidt shakes his head after that one as soon as he swung. Knew that was a little bit too high there for a strike. And he's got a 1-2 count on him, and a cold strike on Schmidt right down the pipe, and that will end. First inning here, Rams get a few runs. They'll come back out on the field here for the second inning. Rams up top, 6-0. as the Rams will come to bat here in the bottom half of the second inning. Will Toy will once again come to the plate. Earlier in the first inning, Toy was able to knock in a single. He eventually scored later on in that inning. He stole second base and eventually got home on the hack by Nicholson to deep center field as Dominic will hurl that one in for a cold strike on Toy to put the count at 1-1. No outs here in this bottom half of the second inning. Dominic once again throws, but fouled back to the backstop by Toy. Got a little bit on it there. And Toy will once again come set in the box, trying to get on base here with a 1-2 count. Dominic will swing. He'll put it up to the first base so he can beat it if he tries. He'll run! And just in time is Will Toy. A great effort to beat out the throw from the third baseman, Austin Craycraft. And the senior Will Toy is able to get to the bag just in time. And that will put an early runner on for the Rams here in the bottom half of the second inning with no outs. Meanwhile, to the plate comes Kemp. Toy's easily into second base. He outran the throw from the catcher, Stiggers, the freshman. Meanwhile, Cameron Kemp, the junior, will be coming to the plate here, trying to get Toy in. Toy now in scoring position, and Kemp will poke that one right to the second baseman. They're there to retire Kemp. A easy toss there by McCorkle to get out Kemp, but Kemp will move up the runner Toy to third base to bring up Grant Grove, who wears number 11. He's batting third today in the lineup, and he got a chance to produce a run here with Toy on the third base bag. Dominic, meanwhile, trying to prevent that from happening as he pitches a strike here on Grove. Grove elects to lay off that pitch. It's taken way down about the kneecaps. Meanwhile, Grove will take a piece of that one, but it's dribbles its way over to the side of the Rams dugout. So Grove now has no balls and 2 strikes on him here, with Toy standing on third base. Grove trying to stay alive in the box here. He'll step in. So Dominic will pitch from the rubber. The toss, and the ball just missed low. Maybe a tad bit inside. As Grove decides to hold off on that pitch. As Dominic once again throws it past the platter, and a cold strike 3 on Grove. A beautiful pitch by Dominic, and with 2 outs, Blake Nicholson will step up to bat. Nicholson last time knocked in 2 RBIs with that deep fly ball to center field, as he'll come to bat here trying to do the same and knock Toy in. He'll take an early hack at that one as he pushes that one back to the backstop, as the Rams have been able to do a good job of manufacturing runs here in this one so far, as they've been able to put 5 across the plate. Trying to do a little bit more here as that one's taken for a ball inside. As the Rams now here in the meat of their order with their 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up to the plate here. As you could maybe even describe Nicholson as a money ball hitter and pitcher, as he's done an excellent job today pitching for the Rams on the mound, trying to continue that success at the plate here today. But he now has 2 strikes on him here with the ball and 2 outs. The toss by Dominic, pitch is just high. I'll move the count to 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in Confluence, PA. Nicholson, meanwhile, trying to get it. He'll knock it down the third base line. He'll get through the gap, but Nicholson's trying to beat it out, and he will, and the ball will get by the first baseman and bounce out of play, and that will move Nicholson up to second base. Holiday will score from third, and that will increase the Rams' lead here to 6-0 on the Panthers, with Nicholson standing at second base. And Hunter Holiday will get the chance to knock him in here, as Holiday in the first inning got caught swinging on the pitch from a Dominic, but the opening pitch to the batter for the Rams gets behind the catcher, and that will move Nicholson up to third base. So now Nichols stands only one base away from getting home, but Holiday will take a swing and miss. And that one a little bit of ahead of the pitch there, but he'll get a chance to make up for it with 1 ball and 1 strike. Next pitch by Dominic, that cracks Hunter Holiday on the bat. Didn't know if he got him on the helmet or on the bat, but if he came down, it hit off the bat, and Holiday takes a laugh there. It's obviously not the outcome they wanted, but that will count as a strike and put the count to 1-2. Dominic trying to end it, but right to the shortstop there. Holiday with the line drive. Doesn't get through the gap, and a great catch there by the shortstop, Josh Roth, to end the second inning. Score here from Confluence. Rams with 6, Panthers none. Nicholson pitches now here in the top of the third inning. An early swing by McCorkle. Last time he was able to hit a double. And then he later stole third base, but wasn't able to get home in that first inning, as second pitch by Nicholson skips behind Grove. Nicholson here in the third inning has been able to be pretty strong so far for the Rams. It's a pretty good performance overall. He tosses that one to McCorkle. A high pitch, and McCorkle swings on, and it tapped right over to Nicholson, and Nicholson is able to scoop it up and toss it over to Holiday for the first out here in this third inning. With the Panthers still down 0-6. Meanwhile, Lucas Haynes trying to get things going here for the Rams as he steps into the box. Last time he walked, and he takes an early hack on the upper pitch by Nicholson. That one is upstairs on Haynes, but Haynes elected to swing and wasn't able to get much out of it. As Nicholson right now sitting at 44 pitches. He once again will throw that one right down the center of the zone for strike 2, and the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes on the batter Haynes. Haynes taps the plate a few times, moves the bat forward at Nicholson, and Nicholson will now throw, and right down the middle, called strike 3 on Haynes. That's the 3rd strikeout for Nicholson. And a beautiful pitch to get Haynes frozen in the box. And Nicholson gets 2 early outs here in this 3rd inning. Up now is Austin Craycraft. He'll bat for the Panthers. This is his 2nd at-bat in the game, and that one is chopped on and skips right behind the plate and into the glove of Grove, but a foul ball was called. Craycraft picks up a strike here. Last time he was able to knock in a double for a shade. Trying to continue that here as that one is taken for a strike 2. Craycraft doesn't agree, but a great job by Nicholson to get that ball and nibble on the corner of the zone. Trying into here on an 0-2 count. He'll throw it in the off-speed pitch. Gets the batter. Craycraft looking, and 2 back-to-back strikeouts for Nicholson. Quickly ends the 3rd inning for the Panthers. And now the Rams will get the chance to come to the plate and produce some more runs here. We'll see what they can do as the score goes. Rams 6, Panthers none. As the bottom half of the 3rd inning is about to begin, let's take a look here at the Round the League matchups today. Salisbury's playing at Myersdale. Meanwhile, North Star hosts Black Lake Valley. Ferndale is hosting the Commonwealth Township Indians. Commonwealth Valley is playing at Rockwood. Is playing at the Vikings of Shankville, and Forest Hills is hosting Sunset. Last night, Limber was able to defeat Berlin 8-4. An early strike is called on Trussler as that game was played in Berlin, but Limber was able to come out victorious, so that means Berlin is at the bottom of the standings right now with a only loss. Everyone else in the division is pretty much beginning their games either today or tomorrow. And Shade and Turkeyfoot girls are playing right now at the softball field as that one is cracked up the gap by Trussler as it's got by the pitcher, Dominic, and it is cracked up the center for a single for Trussler. So now that will bring up Stephen Hoover. Hoover last time drove it in between the gap between center and right field. box with 1 strike on him. As I was saying, though, in the shade and Turkeyfoot softball game, Panthers right now are all over the Rams, 24-0. And almost the opposite here in Confluence with the Rams on top, 6-0. And they got a runner in scoring position with Tressler on second. The swing and miss by Hoover puts his count at 0-2. Dominic right now has a total of 58 pitches for the Panthers here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We'll see how long he lasts. And that one is taken just up in the zone for a ball on Hoover to move the count to 1-2 strikes with no outs in the bottom half of this 3rd inning. Once again, Dominic comes set. Now the gun. That one skips outside. Tressler elects not to go. Count moves to 2-2, and Hoover will remain in the box. Trying to stay alive here and get on the base and knock maybe Tressler in, but Tressler gets to 3rd base safely as soon as Dominic came set, Tressler put on the wheels and got to 3rd base, so Hoover has Tressler 1 base closer from getting home. Hoover's been able to work the count full, and now Dominic throws, and that one is tossed outside. A great job by Hoover to work that count and oh, excuse me, that must have been a full count, as I had down that was ball 4, but umpire says no, so that will move Hoover back in the box. Here on the Dominic. Dominic's throw is taken low, and now that is ball 4, and Stephen Hoover will move up the first base line to first base here in the 3rd inning. As Jesse Colt, meanwhile, comes to the plate for the Rams. He was able to knock in a single last time he came up to bat, as he's trying to do some more damage here to the Panthers defense here, as that one swung on and missed for strike 1. It appears that Colt maybe got a piece of that last ball, so that moved Hoover back over to first. And Hoover, maybe we'll see if he'll go to second. He decides to, and Hoover will stand up at second, as Panthers played the cautionary game there with Tressler at 3rd base. So runners here at 2nd and 3rd, with Culp in the box for the Rams. The Panthers pitcher throws, and it's fouled back to the backstop. Count goes to 1-2 on Culp. And he'll come back to the box here. Dominic now with the toss. That one swung on and miss, and Culp goes down swinging in this 3rd inning. But that will bring up Bryce Schmidt, the left-handed batter. Is last time he came up to plate, he was called on that 3rd pitch, strike 3. That one sneaks inside for a ball. Almost clipped maybe Schmidt, but he was quick to get out of the box there in time. So that will, for initial pitch by Dominic, will be a ball as he comes set once again. And a cold strike on the outside corner on Schmidt to put the count at 1-1. Once again, Dominic throws as he tries to paint that ball in the corners. The catcher, Stigger, has tried to, couldn't do so, as the umpire says no for ball 2, and that one gets inside and moves the count to 3-1 in favor of the batter, Schmidt. Dominic trying to get back ahead here, but right now he's behind in the count. Trying to change that, though, as ball 4 is taken outside, and that will bring up the top of the order for the Rams. The dangerous Will Toy will now come to bat with the bases full, with a full count here for the Rams with 1 out. Toy Toy comes out here as he enters the box. Toy, all around athletic players, both basketball and baseball. He's done a great job in both sports as an early ball is called. But right now the Panthers have to be careful with the bases full. That one's fouled back. Down the third base line to put the count. And on to right now. Ducks are on the pond for the Rams with the bases loaded here. As Dominic has to be careful because as the count goes to 2-1 on Toy. Can't let Toy on here as the end is full right now for the Rams. Toy trying to knock some runners in here as he takes strike 2 and the count goes to 2-2 with 1 out. Toy has to be careful here with 1 out. Trying to knock in a few of these runners for the Rams to increase their lead. Dominic trying to change that, but Toy spoils the strike pitch by Dominic. He takes a swing hit there and fouls that one back against the backstop behind home plate. And with the bases juiced here, Toy trying to get something out of it, but now the count goes full. And Dominic has to be careful here. A crucial pitch maybe for the Panthers with the count full. Toy stepping into the box. The pitch from Dominic. And that is swung on him. And that one is called for strike 3. As Toy thought about swinging, but instead a backward K will be credited to a Dominic. And that will move it to 2 outs here on the 69-degree weather day. But meanwhile, Kemp into the box. It hits off the chest of the shortstop, Rod. He gets up to his feet and tosses it over to Dominic. But meanwhile, Cameron Kemp will move the runners up each a base. And now he's able to knock in Trusler from third. And again, the bases remain full here for the batter, Jesse Culp. Culp smashes that one up the center field gap. Schmidt coming home. Panthers got time, but they won't toss it in. And a great job by Jesse Culp to get, Grant Grove to knock that one into center field. I apologize. I thought that was Culp, but instead it was Grant Grove who was able to get the 2-out pitch from a Dominic and crack that one up the center field gap. And he picks up 2 RBIs on that at bat. Meanwhile, quickly over the third base bag. Moves over one of the Rams players as Nicholson now comes to bat here. As he sits in the number 4 spot. As Grove now will take off for second. And each player will move up a base here on the second and third. Cameron Kemp standing at third base with Grove on second. And a called strike on Nicholson here in the bottom of the third inning. Score right now 9-0 in favor of the Rams. Nicholson trying to increase that lead here as Dominic once again throws. A swung on and missed by Nicholson. Is maybe a little bit of an off-speed pitch by a Dominic. Catches Nicholson in the hole, but he'll get a chance to redeem himself here. Dominic. That ball is outside. The count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Kemp at third and Grove at second base. Nicholson with the count full. The toss, that skips in the dirt. And now the runner's coming home for the Rams. And he'll come in standing up. Cameron Kemp as Stiggers maybe rushed it there from behind the dish as he tried to pick it up but stumbled upon it. And Cameron Kemp took full advantage of that one as he comes running across the plate for the 10th run of the game for the Rams. And not only that, but Nicholson gets on first base with the walk. So runners on the corners now for Hunter Holiday. 10-0 lead for Turkeyfoot. Holiday meanwhile swings missed that first pitch. Might have got a piece of it. And Nicholson, in the meantime, stole second base. Holiday falls behind in the count 0-2 as he fouls that one behind the backstop over into the trees. And he's got two runners on the bases here, trying to keep this eventful inning alive for the Rams. With his 10-0 lead, he'll swing on a miss. Holiday goes down swinging, and that will bring us to the end of 3 innings of play. Right now from Confluence, the Rams are dominating the Panthers 10-0. Fourth inning of play coming up next, right here on Luke Bowers, Sports Broadcasters YouTube channel. Blake Nicholson has been lights out today for the Rams. He'll begin pitching here in this 4th inning. Right now the score is 10-0 in favor of the Rams. And leading off for the Panthers will be Cooper Stiggers. The catcher who wears number 3 is Grove Tossin. Down to the second baseman. The ace has won the mound for the Rams, but he's also been very productive at the plate today. And he'll try to continue his success here with Stiggers at the plate for the Panthers. Stiggers is going 0 for 1. Last time he flied out to deep center field to Kemp. And he'll come to the plate here and takes a first pitch up high for ball 1. On Nicholson. A little bit of breeze coming in here in Confluence. As it's day for some baseballs. There's takes a hack on pitch 2. And a great job by the assistant coaches and the staff of the Rams to make sure this field is looking spectacular as it is today. Nicholson tries to change things up on the changeup. That one will miss for a ball 2. But beautiful field here in Confluence with the Legion sitting out in right field. Got the tracks down right. And center field line and the bike trail right behind us. So beautiful place and a beautiful place. But baseball field is right field is there's also like welcome to Matt Doyle, who's watching today's game from New Jersey. The New Jersey Titans in the NHL. We appreciate you watching, Matt, as Nicholson once again throws, and he'll get Stiggers swinging for the strike 3. And that will be Nicholson's 6th K of the night for the Rams. The majority Goalie of those Caves from the Mound today, and he's trying to continue that here as he faces off against Merrick. Blake Merrick, the sophomore. Last time he was guilty of the called strike, and he'll settle into the box here for the Panthers. Nicholson comes set, and now the throw. That one is up high for a ball, and the count will go to 2 balls and no strikes with 1 out in the upper half of this 4th inning. Nicholson from the rubber, he'll toss it and swung on right down the line. He'll skip off the glove of Holiday. It'll bounce off the, I believe it was the glove. It may have been the foot. Hunter Holiday tried to get back to the bag to maybe catch the throw from Schmidt, but Schmidt couldn't get to it in time. So that will put Merrick on first base here. A sophomore, as the Panthers maybe trying to get their offense going here. In order to do so, they'll have to try to keep it up with Josh Rod at the plate. He's a senior. Today he's been playing shortstop. Last time he took the base on balls, walked to first base. As Nicholson checks on Merrick over there at first base. As in the meantime, Rod will foul that one back over above the fence on the left side. Put the count at 1-1. Panthers this season in basketball were very productive that they beat the Rams. That one skips in the dirt. They beat the Rams in the first round of the District 5 playoffs to knock the Rams out of the playoffs. The Panthers then went on to fall to the Berlin Mountaineers. And that's championship game. The Mountaineers went all the way to the state championship for basketball, but they fell to the BVM. And the state championship has a swinging strike 3-1 Rod. And another strikeout added to the books for Blake Nicholson, as he picks up his 7th strikeout of the day. In the meantime, though, Rott was able to move up to second base, so the Panthers have a runner in scoring position, as Bush will take a swinging strike here. He wears number 21 for the Panthers, trying to get that bat going here, and a great pitch by Nicholson. What a nasty pitch that was to catch the inside corner of the zone. And with 2 outs, Nicholson has 2 strikes on the batter, Michael Bush. Toss now to Bush, swung on and missed. Apparently that was 1 ball, 2 strikes, as that was a mistake on my end, as I had 2 strikes on the batter, Merrick. But in the meantime, Nicholson tries to switch things up with an off-speed pitch. Couldn't bring it down enough, as it just hung up high, right about at the elbows of Bush. So the count will be knotted up at 2-2 with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. And it's swung on a miss, and there Nicholson gets the K. And that will bring us to the close of 4.5 innings of play. Right now, the Rams still on top 10-0. They've been lights out all day today against the Panthers. We'll see what they can do here in the bottom half of this 4th inning. A few changes for the Panthers here as they'll make a pitching change after Dominic pitched 87 pitches. That's the maximum amount you can pitch. So Dominic will move over to shortstop. Wow. Onto the mound now will be number 22, Austin Craycraft. And switching over from shortstop is Josh Rott, who will move over to third base. As meanwhile, the Rams will begin their order with Brandon Trussler coming to bat here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Trussler will step in the box. His mom, Christy, is a local mail lady here in Confluence, PA, and throughout Somerset County. He also wrestles at Berlin through a co-op. As the Rams also made a few changes in their lineup, Malachi Miller will sub in the number 9 spot and move to second base. Bryce Schmidt will come out of the game for the Rams. And also in the right field will go Robbie Tusky. And out comes Stephen Hoover. 2 balls here early on Trussler. As these two teams, they will face again on the 27th of April as that ball is taken up high. And that game will be played at Altoona at People's Natural Gas Field, PNG Field in Altoona. That's the home of the Altoona Curve, the AA affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates. So hats off to Frankie Ryan and the Shea Panthers athletic department, and for getting this all be able to happen. That game will be free admission to anyone. As of right now, they're not limiting the number of people that are allowed to come. That game is set for a matinee start of 12:30 p.m. So that is open to the public, and it will also be live streamed here on YouTube as well. So you're more than welcome to tune in here on YouTube or also attend the game. And in order to raise money to be able to pay to go to the team to be able to play at Altoona, Rich Ryan will be selling Altoona Curve tickets for $10 that you can use to go to an Altoona Curve game. Now, just to remind you again, the game is free of charge, but the tickets that Frankie Ryan will be selling will be for an upcoming Curve game, as Trussler will still second. And so if you'd like to see Frankie Ryan to support the team, to buy tickets for an upcoming Curve game to go towards the payment to play at the Curve game, the tickets will be $10, and Frankie Ryan will be having that here shortly as the ball is taken outside, and Trussler hot on the base pads. He'll go into third base as he moved over from second to third there over the course of those last 2 pitches. Craycraft is struggling right now on the mound for the Panthers, as he hasn't been able to really get in the groove so far, as Tusky has the count in his favor at 2-1. But that ball there misses inside to move the count to 3-1. Robbie Tusky, the junior, who will now be subbing in to play right field, as he gets that in the box for the 3-1 count. That one is swung on in the dirt, and that count will move to 3-2. Here on Tusky. Trussler remains at third base. A throw from Kraft, and that one's taken for ball 4 as Craycraft's pitch missed there in the zone, and now time is called by the catcher, Stiggers. He wants to talk things over now with the pitcher, Craycraft, as he hands off the ball and discusses a few things quickly before Culp makes his way onto the field to come to bat for the Rams. Jesse Culp, he's also a junior. He's been playing third base today and trying to get some offensive power here as Stiggers fakes the throw to second as Tusky's easily in there for a stolen base. And now the Rams have runners here on the hot corner and at the 2-base bag, as once again Craycraft comes in and the called strike on Culp to put the count at 1-1 here with no outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Rams leading here 10-0 on the Panthers. Shade's trying to rebound here. They have Craycraft on the mound. That one's taken low for a ball. As Dominic pitched fairly well for the Panthers today, but Rams really lit up the bats in the box. And after 86 pitches from Dominic as maximum limit, they subbed in Craycraft, and he pitches back-to-back strikes here on Culp to put the count at 2-2. Culp may have to expand the strike zone here, as the throw by Craycraft, a fast-moving fastball there, was swung on and fouled back by Culp to stay alive in that right side of the batter's box. Keep the count at 2-2. Once again, Craycraft, excuse me, comes say he'll push off the rubber. That one is plucked over down the third base line. There is a retreat there by one of the spectators here. They're sitting over there on the third base side, and Culp's fouled back the last two pitches, keeping this count alive, and we'll see if he can continue to do so here as Craycraft is fouled back out the right side of the infield. So Culp spraying that chart all over the infield with yelling his foul balls. So you have one back to the backstop, one down the third base line, and one over down the first base line. And a beautiful pitch by Craycraft as he threw a beautiful pitch there that caught the batter Culp still as Craycraft now will pick out now the inning with runners still on second and third. He'll bring up Malachi Miller. He'll make his first at bat of the day for the Rams. That one skips in the dirt and gets by. Taking off for the plate is Trussler, and he'll slide in safely as he slid right into the leg there of Craycraft. Craycraft appears to be okay, and quickly up is Trussler, and that's a stolen base and another run added to the scoreboard for the Rams to extend their lead to 11-0 with Tusky on third base as he also moved up on that last ball. Meanwhile, Miller is in the box here with one ball on him. First time baseball player. The last time Miller played baseball was in T-ball, but the senior decided to give baseball a try once again there this year, and that's always great to see. Is something that when you look over the Rams roster as he takes a swinging strike up high, is that they have a good mix of players that are really trying out baseball for the first time, such as people like Stephen Hoover and Malachi Miller, and some of those people that are giving, say if they like it, and that never hurts to give it a try. It's always great to see, because no matter what the team is, you can always use extra numbers for baseball. Of course, having to fill 9 players as Miller goes down swinging on strike 3, but that will bring up the senior Will Toy as he'll take a pitch there for a strike. Toy also, as I mentioned, Miller Toy also, this is his first time playing baseball since Little League. The senior moved here from Ridgely, West Virginia. Has been a big help in the Rams' success this season, as that one's taken for a ball to move the count to 1-1 with 2 outs. Toy trying to knock in Tusky from third base. And that one is called a strike. Toy doesn't agree with the call as he shakes his head. Maybe clipped the outside of the plate there for strike 2. And Toy trying to keep things alive there in the batter's box. Craycraft trying to end this inning for the Panthers, but the pitch is missed outside and high to move the count to 2-2 on Toy. We appreciate all of you watching today here on this beautiful, perfect day for baseball weather. And Toy trying to extend the Rams' lead, but skipping the dirt for a full count. And without all of you guys' support, we wouldn't be able to live stream these games. So we send our sincere thanks to all of you watching here today as the count goes full on Toy. Been able to work the count from 1 ball and 2 strikes. We'll see if he can get on here as Craycraft deals. That one is hacked by Toy. It might get over the head field, and it does. It finds the gap in between the second baseman and center fielder. So that will put Will Toy on first base here. And this bottom of the fourth inning, and Tusky will score. So Toy picks up another RBI to put the score at 12-0 in favor of the Turkeyfoot Rams. Toy has stolen a few bases today. We'll see what he can do here as he takes a little bit of a lead, but it gets by, and Toy puts on the wheels and will easily get to second base as Cameron Kemp takes the initial pitch from Craycraft as a ball. Craycraft working here in this one as he's already pitched 30 pitches for the Panthers. And he'll come set once more and toss it over to Kemp. That one's taken for a ball. Toy into third, and he'll get in there safely. Toy has those speedy legs, and he'll move from first to second, now to third. And it gets him closer and closer to home base and makes the job easier for Kemp. And we'll see if he can provide some productivity for the Rams as that one is inside and put the count at 3 balls and no strikes here on the junior with 2 outs. As Kemp with a 3-0 count here probably is going to take the pitch, but instead he cracks it down the right field line, and Kemp can maybe get 2 bases. He will, as it is dead in right field, and Kemp's not done. He's going to go to third base, and up easy the triple by Cameron Kemp, and he'll score Will Toy. And the Rams offensive side of things continue to explode as that's their 13th run of the game. And they're not done yet as Grove is coming set here to the plate. And with Kemp on third base, he's got a chance to knock in one more here for the Rams. As the hanging pitch is up high for ball 1 on Grove. Senior coming back here. He's been the catcher for the Rams, and he rips the line drive up the center field. And Kemp easily takes the jog in the home. And Grant Grove will get on first base. And now coming to the plate will be Blake Nicholson. He's a cleanup hitter. He has massive power, and we'll see what he can do here with Grove on the first base bag. As both of Grove and Kemp were able to find a little bit of an alley as Grove takes off for second. That one's chopped over to the third baseman. Kemp trying to beat it out, and he wills. It skips in the dirt in front of the first baseman, and moving over to third is Grant Grove. A heads-up play by the Rams. And move over there to the third base side, and now the runners are on the corners for the Rams. And Craycraft still trying to work his way out of this inning. It's been a long inning for him as he came into this inning and has had a boatload of pitches, but he's trying to end that here, and he'll face the batter, Hunter Holiday, as Nicholson easily gets to second. As the Panthers play the smart play there, decide not to throw it down the second, obviously, with Grove on third base. Meanwhile, Holiday trying to knock in those runners as he flies one over the left third baseman head, and right down the line it goes. And Hunter Holiday will pick up a single. And the Rams aren't done yet as they just keep adding on to this lead in the offensive side of things. If you're head coach Eric Swank, you have to be pleased with how the things have been going today for the Rams offense. And that will do it here, as I believe that is the 10-run rule as the score. I believe that might be the 15-run rule as the Rams nodding in their 15th run of the game. So both teams will make their way off of the field. We'll step aside and we'll be back here after a quick break for summary of this game and the post-game wrap right after this. The Rams are able to open up their season with a victory as the Panthers fall here on opening day in Confluence. Rams exploded for 15 runs, holding the Panthers to only 2 hits. The Rams were able to have 14 hits, and that's been the main reason that the Rams were able to be so productive at the plate. And Will Toy was able to go 3 for 3 for the Rams. He picked up an RBI. Cameron Kent went 2 for, excuse me, Will Toy went 3 for 4. Cameron Kent went 2 for 3 and picked up 2 ribbies. Grant Grove went 2 for 4 and had 3 RBIs. Blake Nicholson went a perfect 3 for 3, picked up 3 ribbies. Hunter Holiday was 1 for 4, and he had an RBI, while Brandon Trussler went 1 for 1. Steve Hoover went 1 for 1 and picked up an RBI. And Robbie Tusky took a base on balls, while Jesse Colt went 1 for 3 at the plate, and Bryce Schmidt went 0 for 1. On the mound for the Rams, Blake Nicholson was dominant, pitching 4 innings, allowing 2 hits, 3 bases on balls, and 7 strikes for the Rams. He'll get the win today. As for the Panthers, they struggled at the plate today with a Dominic going 0 for 2, McCorkle going 1 for 2, Haynes 0 for 1, Craycraft 0 for 2, Stickers 0 for 2, Merrick 1 for 2, Rott 0 for 1, Bush 0 for 2, and Lepick picked up a base on balls. For the Panthers, Dominic will pick up the loss. He pitched 3 innings, allowed 9 hits, 10 earned runs, 5 bases on balls, and 6 strikeouts, while Craycraft pitched 2/3 of an inning. He allowed 5 hits, 5 runs, 2 bases of balls on 2 strikes. That will pretty much do it for us here, though, here in Confluence, as we appreciate all of you watching here today as the Rams open up their season with a victory. A very powerful one as they knock off the Panthers 15-0 on this beautiful sunny day here in Confluence, PA. We thank you all for tuning in today, but that will do things for me. This is Luke Bowers signing off from Confluence.